Hi everybody, sanibonani. Welcome to my channel igama lami Ntando Mdletshe, and on this channel siyasikhuluma ngama reality TV shows, ngama celebrities kanye nama YouTubers. So we're still talking about the case ka Thabo Bester, and of course Katlego was identified as the young man that was at Mangaung when the day that Thabo Bester escaped, the body that was in the fire. Now, I'm sure the family was looking forward to finalizing things with the authorities so that they can move forward with the burial of their son. But it looks like the state has requested that they wait a little bit longer because they do want to do a post-mortem on the body, okay, or autopsy on the body. So now I was confused because I thought that that was already done. That's why the body was going to be released to them. But it looks like they had done the DNA just to determine if this was their son. So they did a DNA between whatever the remains they have of the body and the mother, and then they found out that it was their family member, and then now they have to do the autopsy. But there is this report, you guys. I guess those who know better will correct me in the comment section, because I thought that this report that was going around here was actually the autopsy report. So I thought that that was already done, or maybe they just want to make sure they want to do it again. So if you look at this report here, it does say that it's for the Department of Health, the Free State government, and there's the name of the doctor there on top, Dr. Jacobus Hendricks, who I think is the doctor that actually did the autopsy. And so here it says that on the 4th of May 2022, commencing at 8:30, I examined the body of an African adult male that was pointed out to me by forensic pathology officer TS Mtimkulu of Bloemfontein Medical Legal Laboratory, and who identified the body as being that of BDR slash 393 slash 2022, whose reputed age was 33 years old, and the body was certified as dead as informed on the 3rd of May 2022 at 3 o'clock, which is 3 in the morning. So I conducted a postmortem examination on the said body and recorded my findings, which facts I ascertained by means of an examination requiring skill in anatomy and pathology. Okay. So the chief postmortem findings made by me on this body were the charred body of an adult male with a blunt force trauma to his head, including a skull fracture and associated extracranial hemorrhage, complicated by pressure effects on the brain, extensive postmortem burn wounds, and tearing of the whole body. There were signs consistent with the use of an accelerant, no scoot or inhalation burn wounds on the airways. That, as a result of my observation, a schedule of which follows, I concluded that the cause of death was unnatural blunt force trauma to the head. Okay, so this is why I say that I was confused, because I thought that this is what was the result of the examination done at the time when the body had been burned at the cell. Okay, so I'm wondering why it has to be done again, or do they not trust this report? And it clearly says here that the cause of death at the time was determined as unnatural, and it's a blunt force trauma to the head. So basically the person did not die from the fire. Also, you guys, it is confusing, because then there's also reports of Ukatleko having fainted somewhere and was taken to the hospital, and then he passed. That where would he have received that injury in the head if he had just fainted? So there is another confusion that I am having right now. So this one other report now It says that it's a report of the transportation of the body to the mortuary, and I'm guessing that this was a transportation from prison to the mortuary, and it states here that the name of the person that is being transported, like a temporary name of the deceased. I guess at this time they had not done the autopsy, so they wouldn't have known for sure that it was Thabo Bester. Of course, they know that Thabo Bester was in the cell, but they don't know for sure. So I guess that's why it says temporary name of the deceased. I don't work with these things, so I'm guessing that is what it means. They say it's Thabo Bester. So they have all of the personal information basically that they have. Interesting enough that in this document they do not have the ID number, because I have been wondering that with everything that happens with Thabo Bester, what ID number were they using if they keep on saying that he never had an ID number? But there is a date of birth here, which is like 1988. He is so young. 1988, June 13. He's about to celebrate his birthday, if this is indeed his real birthday. And so they're saying that the place of burial would be Johannesburg. I don't know if there was supposed to be the government that was going to be performing the burial, or it was they saying Joburg because that is where they assumed his family was living at the time. And what other information I guess is relevant here? I guess there was a witness that identified the body, which is Hendrix Johannes Blammer. And what is the position, residential address? Oh, yes, they say the relationship to the deceased is correctional, meaning that this is somebody that worked in the prison. So at this time, I'm assuming that in the completion of this document, they had not yet had any family member, which at the time would have been Nandipa, because she was the one that was lying and saying that she is the customary wife, Thabo Bester, at the time, which now we have found out that Thabo Bester had not even paid lobola for her. I think there's a report that says that Ubaba Nandipa said there was no lobola that was paid by Thabo Bester for Nandipa Post. So she wasn't even the customary wife that she said that she was. Okay. So now, moving forward to what is happening now, because there is an article on Azimoja by Usbonelo Zwane, written yesterday on the 25th of April 2023. It says Katlego Mpolo's family to wait longer to bury him. So they basically have to wait. I'm sure the family was not really looking forward, but you know, when you've had a family member missing and you've been wondering if they are alive or not, and finally you find out that they're no longer living, it's painful, but it's a relief that at least now you are going to be able to give him a respectful burial, whatever kind of burial that the family does. Then you know that's what you're going to be able to do for them. That one last thing that you can do for your family member, you're going to get to do it. Okay. The family of a man who was used as a decoy in a convicted murderer Thabo Bester prison escape says they have been dealt a double blow as they are now forced to wait longer to bury him. Katlego Mpolo's body will not be released to the family until the autopsy is performed, which will take a couple of days. Okay, this is what I want to ask, I guess, just from the people that know better. Is the autopsy the same as the post-mortem? Because I thought it's the same. Because if you look at this document that we've just gone through, it says that it's a post-mortem. So now they're saying they're going to perform the autopsy. Excuse me, you guys. So maybe those who know better, maybe there's a difference there that I was not able to identify. When I Googled it, it sounded like it's the same. So I'm just wondering, if it's the same thing, why would it be required to be done again now? We will wait. We will wait. However, the family said they are willing to wait so that the pathology can thoroughly investigate what happened to their son. Speaking to Zimoja, Katlego's father, Batompolo, said it will be a dreadful wait for the family, but they hope the police will finalize their investigation by the end of the week. He said he finds comfort in the fact that his son's body has been found and identified and will be given a decent burial. It's not an easy time for the whole family. Everyone is struggling to come to terms with the loss because we had hoped that one day Katlego would return home alive, said Mpolo. Mpolo and Katlego's mother wasn't taking the news. Mpolo said Katlego's mother wasn't taking the news too well. You guys, I saw an interview that they did with Eyewitness News. She really is not doing well, and she has every reasons not to. When you think about it, honestly, you know, he went missing. Now, you as a mother, you are thinking all of this time. All of this time, my son had passed, and I didn't even know about it. And the way that his body was treated after the fact, like, it's horrible. So I can imagine there's no way that that mom would be okay at this point. He said she had to be taken to the hospital after she collapsed. I saw an interview with one, I think it's a family member that did say that yes, she was taken to the hospital yesterday by the father. The family is really dealing with a lot. It's been a year of dreadfully searching for Katlego in hospitals, in mortuaries. Everyone needs closure. SAPS spokesperson Brigadier Atlenda Mate confirmed that the deceased has been identified through DNA test. Police can confirm that the charred body found in a cell 35 at Mangaung Correctional Center has been identified following the direct match with the biological mother of the deceased. The family has been notified by the investigating officer. As difficult as the news is, SAPS is pleased to bring closure to the family. Mate added, previously the police said the man in cell 35 on the 3rd of May 2022 did not die from smoke inhalation but from a blunt force trauma. Free State Social Development Department said they have linked the team investigating the case with social workers who will give the family psychosocial support. The department also said their social workers will also support the family when they go identify the body. Guys, I don't know if anybody is clear as to what condition the body is in, because there was a time where there were reports that the body had been cremated, and then some reports were saying that Dr. Nandipa did try to collect the body so that she could go cremate it, but she wasn't successful. So I'm wondering, was it cremated or not? And what exactly are they identifying? How horrible it is that, would be, you will have to identify your family member, but the condition of the body is not even easily identifiable, because obviously he was in a fire, even if he wasn't cremated after, but he was in a fire. Anyway, you guys, I do hope that they really work as quickly as possible. I do understand that at the end of the day, obviously the family is going to be like, what, at the end of the day, we want to know the truth as to what happened to him. So they will probably give the authorities the time that they need. But I am hoping that the authorities do not take too long, because this family do need to just bury their son at this point, you guys. Anyway, tell me what you think about this whole story in the comment section. Please like the video before uphume, share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Ntanda kakhulu.